Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name's Michelle and I call myself the Beauty Treasure Hunter. Today's theme is old, new, borrowed, and blue. Old, I have some old treasures for you that you may have in your drawers also. Uh, New, I have some new finds, some new releases that you might be interested in. Borrowed, I have a borrowed recommendation. And blue, you could have chosen blue in my eyeshadow palette. I chose not to today, but I'll show you how you could have chosen blue. So if you want to see how I got this look, hang with me. Okay, let's get started. I have already put on my Biore Watery Essence Sunscreen, but I'm going to layer it up today. The next thing I'm going to put on is my Vacation Studio One 3-in-1 Bronzing SPF. It is a 50. I've shown it to you before. Looks like this. The bottle looks like a L'Oreal bottle. And the bronzer slash sunscreen is kind of like milk chocolate colored. Now I'm going to try one more layer. I've never tried this in this sequence today, but I'm going to try it. I have the Beauty of Joseon tinted fluid sunscreen. Why did I shake it like that? It is an SPF 40. And I suppose you could use this as a skin tint. I have it. Let's see if I can find a shade. If I have the shade, I will put it on the screen. Here's what it looks like. So if you don't like putting 2 full finger lengths of your sunscreen on your face, you can try this method. Just layering different products that have the amount of protection you want in them. Okay, so far so good. It feels nice. I don't feel greasy, I just feel soft. I think I'm gonna go ahead, and you're gonna think this is crazy, but I'm gonna try a new color of this Morphe Hotshot. This one is the Bronze Bombshell color. I think it's the lightest color of Morphe's line of these. Here's what it looks like. I'm gonna focus this more on the perimeter of my face. I'm going to prime my eyelids with my CoverGirl cover stick. Mine's in medium. And I have on a fresh set of my God Venus Wispy Clusters C-Curl Short. And I have also lined the top to kind of make that band look even. And I found the NYX Epic Ink Liner at my salvage store. Look, $1.99. So I got brown and charcoal gray. And that's what I have lined with so far. I've got 2 salvage stores that I visit. Totally worth my trips. Super excited about this. This is a new Profusion palette that you can get at Walmart for $14.98. It reminds me of Stone Cold Fox by ColourPop, except this has some really nice sparkly shadows in there, you can see. And it has an overlay with the names of the shadows. So I'm going to start with one of these flesh tones up here, the darker of the 2. So far so good. That feels nice and creamy for a powder. And before I forget, I'm going to tell you I bought a whole set of the BeauArt brushes that I told you about. Here they are, 19 brushes on Amazon for $27. And what's so cool about these is I think they're the same company that makes the Sephora brushes. So here's an actual Sephora brush, and this one's a smidge smaller, but you can see they're made in the same way. And I think one Sephora brush for me on sale might be 10 to 15. So I'm going to try to use those eye brushes that came in that set. Okay, this one's a number 27, and I think I shall go into this color right here. It's kind of a rosy brown. Ah, you know how you can just tell if a matte is good, how it just glides? So far, so good, you guys. This is 35 shadows, and that size palette from ColourPop is $35. So $14.98 from Profusion at Walmart. Available now at the time of posting of this video. You can't beat that. Now I think I'm going to try this rosy sparkle here. I'll just barely dab in. If you're new to my channel, I played the violin, so my fingernails are pretty icky. Pretty darn short. They were short before I started playing violin. I've been playing for over 5 years now. Started during the pandemic on my 50th birthday. And at some point, I'm going to have to show you, aren't I? Okay, now just for fun, I'm going to try this super sparkly silver right there. And I'm just going to tap. And I have a couple of kind of iridescent shades at the top, right, for a subtle highlight in the inner corner. Okay, now I'm going to use a pencil brush. Well, this is more of a flat, tiny packer brush. And this one's number is 85. Look at that. I love how you can read these. And I think I'm going to use, there is a brown kind of shimmer. I like that shimmer, but it's not quite dark enough for my liking. So to the left of that, there is just a darker brown. We'll try. And it is a matte. All right, so I really like this palette. And it's called Midnight by Profusion. And I decided to give IPSY a whirl. And the lowest level of that membership is like mostly samples and a couple of full-size products, I think. But the next one up is 5 full-size products. And in my first box, I got this big Flutter mascara by, I think it's Serafina, and it's waterproof, and that's what I'll use today. I got an actual Benetint and Elemis Balancing Lavender Toner. That's a spray. And an incredible smelling Briogio Superfoods Acai and Passion Fruit lightweight hydration hair mask for fine to medium hair. And my hair is very fine. And it does smell fantastic. So that was fun opening that up. Oh, and I forgot, it also had this Love Bomb palette by GlōGirl, and I'll be doing a look with that very soon, but here's what it looks like. And all of that, 5 full-size products, 3 of which you get to pick each month, and then 2 more just curated based on, there's a little questionnaire that you can fill out, and they'll pick the others from what would be a good match for you. So I'm going to try this big Flutter. I've been using this for the past few days, and I really like it. You have to scrub a little bit harder to get it off, but it's on there. I'm going to put a little bit of my Essence Jelly Grip Under Eye Primer Gel under my eyes. It feels so good. I was curious, wanted to know if the Charlotte Tilbury, if the new version was really better than the previous version. And I do have to go to the dentist today, so I don't want to put one on one side and one on the other, but in comparison, I'll show you swatches. The shades are different. I think I have number medium fair 4 in the new one. I think fair 2 in the previous version. So here's 2 and here's the new 4. And I do have to say, some people were talking about how matte the new one is. It actually feels creamier than the old version. The old version has almost already set down. So if you like a quick set down, this one might not be it, but it's sheared out nicely and it feels nice and hydrating. And the older version feels more matte. So I'm probably gonna really like this. I think this is gonna be one where a little bit goes a long way. Okay, I'm gonna use the 71. I also have the 71 Sephora version, if I can find it. I have so many that look like that. Yeah, here it is. This is the actual Sephora 71. Here is the BioArt. Pretty close, huh? But today I'll use the BioArt. And I won't set that down just yet. Now I'm gonna go in with a new skin tint from Sweed, and GlōGirl Gabby recommended this one. I got it in shade 6. I did have to get it off of a new site, but they offered a coupon and free shipping. I think instead of pouring it out, I will just go a little bit at a time. Here's what shade 6 looks like. It feels so silky. I wore this yesterday also. Usually whatever I'm trying on, I have at least worn once just to get an idea who it would work for. If you have incredibly oily skin, I wouldn't recommend this. If you have combo, which is what I have, I think you'll like it. And if you have dry skin, I think you will adore it. Patting in the areas where I'm self-conscious of my enlarged pores. Let me check my 10x mirror. I had to do a little bit of stretching and pressing. And now I'm going to check out to see if there's any creasing. I don't see any. It's been a few minutes. So I think I'll go ahead and set it down. I am non-negotiable on my H2O lock powder for under my eyes. And I'm going to use the number 79 brush. Take a look at that shape, domed, but comes pretty far down. So it's fluffy all along the sides. I like to spin and tap. And it only takes a little. Don't have anything new for contour, so I'm going to go back to what I love, the Milani Supercharged stick in 160 bronze voltage. Smells like chocolate. Feels very kind of more balmy than creamy. And in the set, there's also a nice flat brush, number 60. My oldest daughter's the one who recommended one of the brushes to me, and then I got to researching and found the entire set for $27. And I thought, wouldn't that be neat if I found a set that had absolutely everything I need and love? And this is it. And it's $27. Keep saying that. Feels so good, nice and dense. And I got a new color in the Cloudtopia because I loved the Toasted Sky so much. This one, I think, is Dreamy Dawn. Here's what it looks like. And I will use the 47 brush for this one. Use the actual BioArt one. much over there. Let's see if I can, how it blends out. This will be a good test. It's kind of like on Finding Nemo, how Dory says, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
Well, just keep blending. Okay, I love that color. To set that, I'm going to use an old Milani blush, and this is one that they did not remake and put in the new collection. This is Petal Primavera number 14. So if you have this one, you might want to hang on to it because you can't get it anymore. One girl I watch online said you'll have to pry this from my cold dead hands. So I thought, okay, I need to get that if I see it out, and I did on clearance. So I'm using the 93 brush now. It's a fluffy angled. I like how this blush, this particular shade is really matte. It seems to be mattifying, not shiny. I do tend to prefer that. Okay, now I'm going to use the number 50 for my bronzer today. And having recently done a full face of Physicians Formula, I really liked this Mosaic one. It's called the Multicolored Bronzer, just because it's in Healthy Glow, just because it's got that pink in there, and it really does have a pinky tone to it. And I like this bronzer brush because it's kind of flat almost. Just because I do love the new bronzers and blushes, the baked ones by Milani, I thought I'm going to try a highlighter. So I got this one in number 3, Rosa Italiana. I believe I will use this one, number 99. I think this is showing up nicely under the lights. It's harder to see without my big lights, so it's very subtle. What it looked like, kind of pinky almost. And I'm going to show this to you. I don't remember having already shown it. It's the Photo Ready by Revlon. It's the liner, and this one I'll have to put the shade up. Oh, it's in Vapor number 6. We'll try it. So you can see it's kind of like putting lip gloss, skinny lip gloss on. It doesn't do much, so I think I need a little bit more. And I got this Morphe lip liner, the signature lip liner in Dearest, and this one is not long lasting. I was really hoping it would be, but it's not. But I do love the color, and I am really also loving the matte versions of the new Maybelline lipsticks. My favorite is number 2, and it's in Maybe It's, you know that jingle, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. Well, this is Maybe It's number 2. And I also got number 6, Hold the Door, but it is a little bit darker. And so the way I would use that is to just barely put it on and blot it. But number 2, here's what she looks like. And it is the softest, creamiest matte I've ever put on my lips, I think. Very comfortable, very pleasant. And because I know these are still available, I think at Walmart, this is the LA Colors Stay Jelly Sheer Butter Balm. This one is in Obsession. They're only like $2.98. Just to give it a little shine here. So for $2.98, you can treat yourself to maybe more than one shade. Now I need some powder. Right now, still stuck on the Cars land. It's gonna take a lot to dethrone this one, y'all. Just in the areas where I'm concerned with pores. I'm going to try this LA Girl Brow Ink, and it is a little marker, so thankfully I have dyed my brows recently, so all I need really is to fill in some sparse areas. And this color I think is a little bit warm, so I'm going to go in with a gel that has some color. And I'll just use my Wet n Wild Brow Obsessive that gets in dark brown. And that gives nice color, but I still need some hold. So I'm going to use my $3 Lamination Brow Gel. I'm going to go in very lightly and just pat. There. I do feel a little bit powdery, so this will give me a chance to try out this Elemis Balancing Lavender Toner. Now, I know Elemis is super expensive. I haven't looked up how much this actually costs, but I do like lavender scent, so we'll see if it can work kind of like the Dalba First Serum Spray. Nice scent, but the mister is not as fine as I would like. And this is not a setting spray, so I'm going to go in. I'm going to do some Danessa Myricks today. A Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. I like this over my pores. But don't go too heavy with it, because even though it blurs, it does tend to dry you out just a little. So this is my final look for the day. I've got lots of errands to run. It's thrifting day. I have a dentist appointment. But it feels like I have nothing on my face, and you saw how many layers I put on. So I'm very happy with how this feels. And at the dentist, I know my hygienist, shout out to Amanda. She's awesome. She's going to tell me, Michelle, you have to quit grinding your teeth at night. You have to wear your mouth guard. Are you the same? Anyway, thank you for spending this time with me today. I really appreciate it. Drop me a line. Let me know where you're from. I'd love to meet you, get to know you. And thanks for helping me grow my channel by liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. And I hope you see me next time.